Francis Ford Coppola's The Godfather was an essential big time flick when it was released back in 1972. Now let's talk about its sequel. Or was it a prequel? Actually, it was both. And it's turning 50 today. Here's my review of The Godfather Part II. This is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Duvall, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 1974 epic crime film, The Godfather Part II, released by Paramount, produced and directed by Francis Ford Coppola, based on, well, loosely based on the 1969 novel The Godfather by Mario Puzo, who co-wrote the screenplay with Coppola. It's both a prequel and sequel to the 1972 film, presenting parallel dramas. One picks up the 1958 story of Michael Corleone, the new dawn of the Corleone family, protecting the family business in the aftermath of an attempt on his life. And the other covers the journey of his father, Vito Corleone, from his Sicilian childhood to the founding of his family enterprise in New York City. It features an ensemble cast that includes Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Robert Duvall, Diane Keaton, Talia Shire, Morgana King, John Cazale, Marianna Hill, and Lee Strasberg. Now, if you have not seen my review of the first Godfather film, which I did a couple of years back, click on that card and it'll take you to my review so that way you can catch if you might have missed it or see it again. Okay, now then, we actually start it. We go to 1901, where a 9-year-old Vio Annalini immigrates from Corleone, Sicily, in the Kingdom of Italy to New York City after mafia chieftain Don Ciccio kills his family. An immigration officer registers him as Vio Corleone. By 1917, Vio is married in Little Italy and has an infant son named Sonny. Black-hand extortionist Don Fanucci preys on the neighborhood, costing Vio his grocery store job. He begins stealing for a living with his neighbor Pier Clemenza and has two more children, Fredo and Michael. Vio Clemenza and Salvatore Tessio sell stolen dresses door to door. Fanucci demands payoffs of $200 from Vio and his partners. Vio doubts Fanucci's muscle and decides to offer less. He meets Fanucci and offers $100, which Fanucci grudgingly accepts. Emboldened, Vio tracks Fanucci back to his apartment and kills him. Vio's reputation spreads, and neighbors ask him to defend them for other predatory figures. In 1922, Vio and his family traveled to Sicily to start an olive oil importing business. He and business partner Don Tomasino visit an elderly Don Ciccio. He obtains Ciccio's blessings for their business, then reveals his identity and slices Ciccio's stomach, avenging the Andalinis. Now for Michael, in 1958, Don Michael Corleone has several meetings at his Lake Tahoe compound during the first communion of his son Anthony. Johnny Ola, representing Jewish mob boss Hyman Roth, promises support in taking over a casino. Corleone capo Frank Pentangeli, sorry, mispronounced it, asked for help defending Bronx territory from Roth affiliates. The Rosal brothers, Michael refuses, frustrating Pentangeli. Senator Pat Geary demands a bribe to secure the casino license and insults Michael's Italian heritage. That night, Michael narrowly escapes an assassination attempt. Suspecting a traitor in the family, he leaves the consigliere Tom Hagen in charge and goes into hiding. Michael separately tells Pentangeli and Roth that he suspects the other of playing the hit and arranges a peace meeting between Pentangeli and the Rosados. At the meeting, the brothers attempt to strangle Pentangeli. A police officer drops in, forcing the brothers to flee. Hagen blackmails Gary into cooperating with the Corleones by having him framed for the death of a prostitute. Roth invites Michael to Havana to invest in his activities under the Batista government. Michael expresses reservations about the government's response to the Cuban Revolution. Later, Roth becomes angry when Michael asks who ordered the Rosados to kill the Pentangeli. Michael and Ola attend a New Year's Eve party where Fredo pretends not to know Ola but later slips. Michael realizes that Fredo is a traitor and orders both Roth and Ola killed. Batista resigns and flees amid rebel advances, and Michael, Fredo, and Roth separately escape Cuba. Back home, Hagen tells Michael that his wife, Kay, miscarried. A Senate committee on organized crime investigates the Corleone family. Pentangeli agrees to testify against Michael and is placed under witness protection. On returning to Nevada, Fredo tells Michael that he did not realize that Roth was planning an assassination. Michael disowns Fredo but orders that he should not be harmed while their mother is alive. Michael attends the committee hearing with Hagen and Pentangeli's brother from Sicily. Pentangeli, after seeing them, retracts his statement implicating Michael in organized crime, and the hearing dissolves in an uproar. Kate tells Michael that she had an abortion and intends to leave him and take their children. Michael strikes her in rage and banishes her alone. Alright, now for the ending, you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below. If you've seen the movie already, please continue. Okay. Okay, you've been warned. Michael's mother dies and he hurries to wrap up loose ends. Roth returns to the United States after being refused entry to Israel. Corleone Capo Rocco Lampone assassinates him at the airport and is shot dead trying to escape. Hagen visits Pentangeli at the army barracks where he is held, and they discuss how failed conspirators against a Roman emperor could commit suicide to save their families. Pentangeli is later found dead in his bathtub, having slit his wrist. Enforcer Al Neri takes Fredo fishing and shoots him as Michael watches from the compound. Michael recalls Vito's 50th birthday party on December 7th, 1941. While the family waits for Vito, Michael announces that he has dropped out of college and joined the Marines, angering Sonny and surprising Hagen. Only Fredo supports his decision. When Vito arrives, Michael sits alone at the table while the others welcome him in surprise. And the film concludes with Michael sitting pensively alone by the lake in the story. So, what did I think of The Godfather Part 2? Well, now, I've only seen this like a time or two, but I will say this is a pretty good continuation and a little bit of an origin beginning. I have to say, it was really something. This film did pretty well, and what have you. Now, well, it didn't quite make as much as its predecessor did, but still was a success, going on to make $93 million worldwide against its $13 million budget. The film got nominated for 11 Academy Awards and became the first sequel to win Best Picture. Its six Oscar wins also include Best Director for Coppola, Best Supporting Actor for DeNiro, and Best Adapted Screenplay for Coppola and Puzo. Pacino won Best Actor at the BAFTAs and was nominated at the Oscars. Like its predecessor, The Godfather Part II remains a highly influential film, especially in the gangster genre. It's considered to be one of the greatest films of all time, as well as a rare example of a sequel that rivals its predecessor. In 1997, the American Film Institute ranked it as the 32nd greatest film in American history, and it retained this position a decade later. Anyway, now upon its least it, like I said, was pretty good. Now, the initial critical reception of this film was divisive, with some dismissing the work and others declaring it superior to the first film. The New Yorker was an early champion, writing that the film was visually far more complexly beautiful than the first, just as it's thematically richer, more shallow, more full. That's understandable. Roger Ebert was mildly positive, wrote that the flashbacks give Coppola the greatest difficulty in maintaining his pace and narrative force. The story of Michael, told chronologically and without the other material, would have had really substantial impact, but Coppola prevents our complete involvement by breaking the tension. Though praising Pacino's performance and lauding Coppola as a master of mood, atmosphere, and period, Ebert considered the chronological shifts of its narrative a structural weakness from which the film never recovers. Well, Gene Siskel wrote that at times, as beautiful as harrowing and as exciting as the original, in fact, this film may be the second best gangster movie ever made. But it's not the same. Sequels can never be the same. It's like being forced to go to a funeral the second time. The tears just don't flow as easily. But anyway, the film quickly became the subject of a critical reevaluation. Anyway, to this day, the film is at 96% on Rotten Tomatoes, saying, drawing on strong performances by Pacino and DeNiro, Francis Ford Coppola's continuation of Mario Puzo's Mafia saga set new standards for sequels that have yet to be matched or broken. Metacritic has a big score of 90. So anyway, lots of people have considered it to be a good sequel. I do agree, and I think it is a good one, even though it does feel like it's both a sequel and prequel together. They have Neil Rhoda and Carmine Coppola doing this film's score, which was exceptionally good, just like the first film. For our cast, we have Al Pacino in the role of Michael Corleone. He's exceptionally really good. Robert Duvall played the role of Tom Hagen. He was good. Diane Keaton played Kate Adams Corleone. She was good. Robert De Niro played Vito Corleone, while Oreste Baldini played the young Vito. John Cazale played Fredo, very good. Talia Shire played Connie Corleone. And like I say, the list goes on. There's many others. Morgana King as Carmela Corleone. And like I said, there's so much more. So many. Abe Vigoda, before he even played Fish on Barney Miller, is in this as Salvatore Tessio. James Caan's in this. And Marianna Hill played Diana Corleone. Oh, the list goes on. I'm going to say The Godfather Part II, while I'm thinking this is a pretty rare example of how a sequel can be done, even with a little bit of prequel mixed in, I'm going to say The Godfather Part 2 is not too bad of a movie. So, with everything said, its story is not too bad. Even with it being a prequel and sequel together, the cast is really good. So are the characters, and I think that its score is really good. So I'm saying this is a good continuation to the Godfather story. It will be followed by The Godfather Part 3, which will be released 16 years later, which I'll talk about that next year. So when I recommend The Godfather Part 2, I'd say hell yeah, go for it. This film is really big, but I gotta tell you, it's almost 3.5 hours long, though. And it's longer. So in other words, it's a few minutes longer than its predecessor, which came almost close to 3 hours. So anyway, The Godfather Part 2 is worth looking into. So look it up. You can find it on physical media and on streaming service if you can find it. So, what did you think of The Godfather Part 2? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel. Excuse me. Make it grow and make the views grow. Tell all your friends about my channel and get them to know me. Maybe they'd like to be a part of my Big D Nation. Share my vids with your friends if you like, if you wish as well. And I'm getting close to 800. I'm now 13 subscribers away. Last time I checked, but I could be up a little more. We'll see. Anyway, join me next time for my Saturday morning TV log on Road Rovers. So if you like this, consider checking out these other videos. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of another Al Pacino classic, and that being Scarface from 1983, which I reviewed last year. The upper right-hand corner is my spoiler-free review of a prequel film to the hit HBO series The Sopranos in the Main Saints of Newark. Or if you would like maybe be something else from long ago, you can also check out my review of a later film that had hang on a second, I'll be right back. Okay, I was right. I'm sorry for that pause. Go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my review of one of Diane Keaton's later films I reviewed in Something's Gotta Give from 2003. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.